Okay, welcome to part 6 of the final of my gaming collection. This is PS5. Not a lot of PS5 games. Some people may, whatever, but to me that's just how I interpret it. So, let's get into it, man. I've been waiting for this now. These right here are the ones that I've replaced plus added in when I also managed to get another PS5. Like I stated in some of the shorts, fall on hard times, do what you gotta do. And, especially when you live off a monthly check, like me and my mother. And, you want to make sure things are going to get caught up. You want to make sure business is going to get done, get out the way first before you do anything. And especially these times, we all fall on hard times. We do. And what's the word? It's not easy gaining something like it is losing it. And especially when you're in the process of sacrificing something that you don't want to, but you have to. And eventually stuff does come back to you. It may not be right away, but it will. And with these, I spent more getting these back than what I got for them. We're talking $135 for the games, for the system. It only ended up getting $100 for the games. That's $235 altogether, which is not a lot. And then they turn around, they sell them for a little bit more. And I showed a little bit on my TikTok page how much they were selling my games for at Game Exchange. And I think I will include that clip at the end of this video so you guys may see that, so you guys can get an understanding. Like, for example, I ended up getting like 100 for these. If I would do that again, a little bit more, because again there are added ones I didn't have, and then they sell them for like $30 a piece, right? Let's go ahead and get into it. One that I've been grinding on was Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Just really awesome game. I think it has some of the most beautiful graphics. Especially the cutscenes. Such really nice, enjoyable artwork right there. I love it. I absolutely do. I can't wait for the new DLC pack, to move on, because I don't really, how can I say it? There's really not much else I can say about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but it has everything that makes a good Dragon Ball Z game. And I think it's definitely up there. This next game is not in the best condition. Somebody actually ended up buying mine that was in the really perfect condition. This one, shitty condition, which is Gotham Knights. As you could see, that packaging, mine wasn't like that. And look, they're selling it for like $18 plus tax in this condition. Come on, you know how much they had mine for that I showed, that I will show in that video, that you guys will see at the end of this clip. I did have to clean the disc, but it's still in really good condition. I enjoyed Gotham Knights. I actually gave my thoughts on this and everything with the voiceovers on the channel. It was short-lived, and I wish it would have continued on. To me, this is better than that, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. Next one, of course, we have GTA 5 for the PS5, which is crazy. It's GTA 5. The graphics for these now, for this one, starting to look outdated, but it is GTA 5. It's fun. It is a fun game. It is. The next one is one that I sold that I never got to play, but I did get to replace it, and I am planning on moving on from Sparking Zero to play this one. And what it is, it's Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. And I can't wait to play this, and it takes place in one of my favorite eras, the 90s, because guess what? I was born super early 90s, because I am 35. Game takes place in 95. I remember that year, 95. It's really good. And what this comes with, which again, I never got a chance to look, and it comes with these portfolio things, right? Or the what are they called? Little photo things. So, you know, I do have it factory sealed. If mines did come with it, I did not know, because again, I never got a chance to really see that. And it has, you know, the little Polaroid thing, which looks has multiple in there. I might actually open. You guys want to go through this with me? I tell you what, let's go ahead. Let's open it. Let's open it. So we're gonna open it, right? This is gonna be really cool, right? It's gonna be amazing. So we have the back of this one, right? There's a picture on the front. Look at that. Wow, that's so cool. I got sleeves and stuff, so I might keep them in there, might not, I don't know. We have this cool right here, so we got that title, but then we got this one in the 90s red and blue 3D look, right? And then we got like a double-sided art card right there, everything right there. So that's really quite something. That was cool. You know, I like when games used to come with cool stuff like that. You know, just like movies back in the day. It sucks that they don't anymore. Like, this generation will probably never experience that. Like, let me see which one it was. It's like, for example, back in the day, right? Sometimes it's not this VHS tape. I'm not sure which one it was. I think it was this last one. Let me grab it. You know, back in the day, right, you would get these little ads and stuff in movies from the VHS, DVDs, and games. Still smells like 97. It does. You know, you don't get those anymore, you know, and I miss stuff like that. You know, I wish, you know, these days, you know, you have to buy like a special edition, limited edition, something, right? Something. Just to have something like that. Back then, you know, you didn't have, you know, you didn't have to go to, you know, they just added them, you know, they did. Moving on is one that I didn't have in my collection, but I do, and that's the Life is Strange collection that comes with double exposure, right? So here's definitely this one right here. I do want to play this one, and this one comes with like the little art card right there, which I gotta be honest, I actually like that cover. I wish they would have chose this over this cover. I really do. I think we all agree with that. So I can't wait till I get to that one, which then leads me into another one which I ended up buying, never got a chance to open it, had to sell it, rebought it back, and that is Life is Strange Double Exposure. Yes, I am going to play this one on its own too, even though it comes with the collection one. You know, because there's usually some differences in it. There is. So I can't wait to really play it. I've been avoiding watching gameplays of that. I've been avoiding it. Now, the next one is a new add-on one that I didn't own because it didn't come out yet. And that is the last add-on edition. That's right. Life is Strange. The Reunion. I've been avoiding watching gameplay of this, and I did not want to ruin anything for myself right there. So it does look like Life is Strange True Colors is out on PS5, which I would never get that again. But yeah, I can't wait to play this one too for you guys, as you know, for us. You know, I enjoy the Life is Strange universe. I do. Yeah, granted, I really hate True Colors. I wish that one didn't exist. What are you gonna do? You know, but moving on is another game that, again, that I owned, that I had to sell, that I never ever got a chance to play, that I got back now. You know, and that's Mafia: New Country. I've been avoiding I've been avoiding watching gameplay of this. I don't want to be spoiled. You know, I want to experience this one. I want us to enjoy this together when I get to that. When I get to it. You know, moving on again. Here's one that I know I played for you guys. It sucks that I had to sell it. I'm glad I already got it back. And it's the same one that I sold them, by the way. Yeah. Which is that Spider-Man Miles Morales. That is. Spider-Man Miles Morales. Actually, no, I take that back. This one kind of feels a little bit different. You can see it's like prints and shit, but I've been trying to take care of that. You know, when tax season hit, people were looking, and people bought out my stuff quick. Another one here that I know that I did play for you guys on the channel, and it's a good one. I can't wait till the last chapter of it comes out, and that is Spider-Man 2. I loved Spider-Man 2. Couldn't get enough of it. You know, moving on to another one that I owned that I never got to play. But again, that devolved into me having to sell. We got it back, and I'm glad. Man, I can't wait to play this one with you guys. Again, I'm not a horror fan, but I don't put what I'm about to show in the horror aspect. I put it more in the action aspect, which is Texas Chainsaw. I'm a huge Texas Chainsaw fan. If you guys don't believe me, I'm going to show you guys something. So this is how mine's go in order. We have Leatherface, right, from 2017, right, followed up by Texas Chainsaw for the 1970s that comes soon after, along with Texas Chainsaw 2 that came out in 85, right, and then to me, in my own headcanon, right, we have Texas Chainsaw, right, from 2022 that I feel that fits very perfectly right after part 2 itself, right after the original part 2, which then brings me definitely to the reboot trilogy, right, which we have the beginning that came out in 06, which I enjoyed, right, then we had the remake that came out in 03, right, the box set. I had this for years, so it's not in the best mint condition as much anymore. And to me, this is a remake of part 2 from 95, but however, it doesn't feel like it fits in that timeline. No, to me, I think this only makes sense that it fits right after the remake of part 1 in 03. So I just always loved Texas Chainsaw. The first one I was introduced to as an infant was part 2. Yes, at my time, we grew up watching horror films as babies. You know, there wasn't none of this shield and comforting. No, we weren't born. We were not born soft. But yeah, other one to move on though, because I can just go on. One that I played for you guys, one that I loved, and I really feel like I'm glad. Like, I am glad that I did play this with the new version, which is The Last of Us Part 1 for the PS5. I fell in love with it, I think, more than the PS4 version. And what ended up hurting the most is that, yeah, when I had to sell this one in Part 2, those were a gift. And I said, you know what, I will get them back. And I did. Which then brings me to Part 2. I played this one so many times with this in particular version, and realizing with different aspects, falling in love with it, you know, digging more into it, really exploring, and realizing, you know, if I were to pick a character to roll with, it'd be Abby. You know, just fell in love with Abby, you know. It's just I'm glad I got this back. You know, it is. I'm looking forward to, you know, off screen for myself to replay both of these to gain back where I was with everything, full upgrade, stuff like that. The next one, I didn't have this in particular version when I bought it, and I never got to play it at all. And that is Tomb Raider Remaster, the first 3. And this is like the gold box, which leaves me curious. Let's say this, would you guys like to see me add this into a video to Game Exchange? With the few of the other items throughout the videos I have showed and talked about, right? With ideas to say, hey, you want to see how much they will lowballs for these items? I'm willing to do it, but I'm not going to sell. And what this comes with, right, which makes it so cool, go ahead and open this up for you guys. Right, makes it so cool. We got the book like a map, and it shows all the secrets. And this was the standard one that I actually ended up getting at first. Right, I wish they actually would have put two of the same games in with the cases. Like, that'd be cool. This is my first steelbook for a game though, which I think was like really super cool. Comes with like little cards and stuff, which is neat in the game. So I thought that was really neat. Really neat. I think this is like worth $50 at the most online. So it's like, you know, another expensive item. So if you guys do want to see me do a video bringing this one, X-Men Children of the Atom, what's another thing I said? See this. What was another expensive game I know X-Men Children of the Atom. 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, right? The Ed and Eddie Pop Funko Pops. I think that was it. I think. I know there's something else for the life of me. I just don't know what. Damn, I can't think now. It was another expensive game. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch, but again, there are certain games, right? Yeah. Damn, I can't remember now. But eventually I'll do a video if you guys are curious and want to see me bring the certain items down there to see how much they would offer. You know, to see the lowball offer, right? So to move on, this is a, you know, added on one that I never ended up getting. I'm glad I did. And that is Tomb Raider Remaster. I think it's like 4, 5, 6, 4 through 6 right there. So there's that one. So, you know, there you guys have it. There you guys have it. Well, let me show you something that guys did pick up. Hold on. Let me show you. So I hid 2 of these, thank God. One was a gift from my mom. The other one was for me, and that is the Michael soundtrack to the movie. Didn't get a chance to see the movie yet. There's no theater in my town, unfortunately. The only somewhat closest one is not really. It's in a whole nother town, like an hour away. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I really do. So I'm gonna find the video where it's showing how much they were selling my games for, and I'm gonna add it to that. So it may take a while before this one, you know, pops up.
The games I traded in, they got high priced as all hell. Ones I never got to even play. because I had to get my mom's meds, and I got 3 other things I'm selling today here too. I miss Dragon Ball with Xenoverse like hell. Or yeah, this one. God damn. A lot of them are already gone, I see. All because I gotta fucking help out somebody who's ungrateful. This is what I want for soup. My final 2 games. Not looking to get much. Just enough to get ground beef with my ungrateful mother.